Hello Synapse CI/CD fans, my name is Rui Cunha and I'm a support escalation engineer on the Azure Synapse Analytics team. Welcome to this video series on Synapse CI/CD. In this video, we will be covering the continuous delivery process for your dedicated SQL pools. In a previous video, we have demonstrated how you can generate a DACPAC file from your Visual Studio project. This DACPAC file will contain all the changes that were made to your SQL pool objects. In this video, we will show you how you can use the Synapse Data Warehouse deployment task in a DevOps release pipeline to deploy these changes to a target SQL pool. Let's watch the demo and see how we can achieve this. On a previous session, I showed you how you could build a DACPAC from your dedicated SQL pool using a Visual Studio solution that was integrated with your Git repository. Just to recap, we had our Visual Studio solution integrated with this Git repository. In master, we were pushing all changes that happen in the database to this branch, our Visual Studio files, the solution, the project, and then we used that pipeline to build the DACPAC from our SQL pool. So this pipeline here, we have these tasks, the MS build task to build the DACPAC and copy the DACPAC file to an artifact. In today's session, I'm going to show you how we can deploy this DACPAC to a target environment. And here it is, my target environment. Synapse CI/CD UAT workspace. I have a dedicated SQL pool, my Synapse pool, with no objects. This database is empty, and I want to deploy my DACPAC to bring the objects from my dev SQL pool to my target SQL pool in UAT. Here's how we can do it. So from the pipelines menu, I'm going to select releases. I'm going to create a new release pipeline. We'll start from an empty job. This stage, dev to UAT, new release, deploy SQL pool to UAT. And the first thing that I will do is to add my DACPAC as an artifact. And as a source, it will be my build. In my project, build DACPAC from my Synapse SQL pool. This one here. This is my pipeline that is building the DACPAC. Artifact, I will give this source alias DACPAC. Add this. I need to add the task to deploy this DACPAC. And you can use, let me search it here, Data Warehouse, Azure SQL Data Warehouse deployment task. It's still not installed in my organization. I need to do it now, so get it free from the marketplace. I will install the task. All good. What I need to do, back to my release pipeline. Let me just save this. Here, go to my pipelines and let me see now. Deploy, add it. Again, search for Data Warehouse. So I had to refresh my page, and now I can add this task to my release pipeline. Selecting my subscription. I will keep SQL Server authentication just for this demonstration. I need to get this Azure SQL Server and the Data Warehouse name, so I need to go to my portal. Here in the portal, I will grab the dedicated SQL endpoint. That will be my Azure SQL Server. The Data Warehouse name will be my SQL pool. And my SQL pool is this one, my Synapse pool. Provide my SQL authentication. And here, this kind of deploy types here. I will use the SQL DACPAC, that's what we're looking for. The action, the SQL package action will be the publish. I need to browse now the DACPAC file. No additional SQL package arguments are necessary. In case I wanted to, for example, exclude any object types, I could do it from here. Let me show you where you can get these SQL package arguments from. Our public documentation. Here is the official documentation for SQL package. So SQL package is the command line utility that will run in the background when you run this deployment task. So this task will run the SQL package command line utility. Either if you're using your self-hosted agent in your own virtual machine, you need to have the SQL package installed with the DAC framework. If you're running this on a Microsoft hosted virtual machine, this will run using the latest SQL package version. And these arguments here, these properties here. Suppose that you want to deploy your DACPAC, but you don't want to deploy the users, or you want to exclude any other object type. So if you search here for exclude object types, there's a delimited list of object types that you can provide. So you would do something like this and go to the task and add it here. Okay. Exclude object types, and then you would exclude the object types that you would like to ignore. Let me grab this one. Exclude object types equals, for example, users and logins. Okay. This will tell the SQL package to not deploy or publish the users or logins that belong to your SQL model in the DACPAC. So now I'm going to save my release pipeline, and I will hit the create release. I will hit the create button to create my release, click on release 1 and wait for the release pipeline to run. The DACPAC has been downloaded to the virtual machine. The publish action, my DACPAC, it was downloaded to this location, is my target server name, and it's now publishing. So behind the scenes, the SQL package is using your DACPAC model, and it is creating a new SQL model from your target database and is comparing these two models to compare the changes between model from the DACPAC and the model from your target database, checking the difference between the models, and if there is any object that is different, it will recreate the object in the target database. I'm going just to refresh Synapse Studio, expand this, and here it is, my two tables that were created and were built by the DACPAC, these two tables. And this is the way you can deploy a SQL pool using Azure DevOps. Thanks for watching this video. We'll be releasing more Synapse CI/CD videos soon, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. I'll catch you up on the next one.